Good afternoon, good morning, good whatever everyone, welcome back to another video. Before we get to today's topic, I want to kind of reflect back on the past week. For the first time in about 6, 7, 8 weeks or more, I didn't do a video last week about the zone. So I did only kind of a review of trade. I went through some example of what happened the past week before. And some of you guys like this, some of you guys maybe don't like this. Now here's the thing. I reflected back on why I decided to do these types of videos, which are kind of reviews of the market. And at first, this was kind of for you, but also for me. And what's funny is what happens when I don't do the video. So like last week, things went pretty well. But on Monday, I think, or Sunday, I took a trade and I was 100% sure that the pair was at the resistance area. So I placed the trade right away on my cell phone without looking at the chart. I had a quick look a little bit before at the chart, just like scrolling through the pairs, all the pairs, and taking note mentally. But turns out this pair was not at the resistance area, it was like past, beyond, way above it. So that means in short, that was not a good trade. And I went back on the chart and I saw, of course, like it's not at the zone. Why would I have taken that trade? And that I think was caused by the fact that I used the best form of learning that there is in the world, which is teaching people. So doing these videos and showing you guys what I do, which is helping me learn better and kind of memorize better. So I didn't do that. And so what happened is I took a trade that I wasn't supposed to take, only because I didn't apply it properly and I didn't memorize properly. So now I see the value in like doing those videos and stuff and going through the levels, even if it's boring for you guys, like even if it's the worst video ever, for me it's worth a lot. Just think about what a bad trade is worth. That could be $500, $1,000, whatever this is worth for you. So if I'm gonna have one more trades, doing this video is kind of worth $1,000 or something, whatever you decide the value is. So for me, that's really important. So I'll keep doing those and we'll get into the chart right now. I want to show you guys the pairs I'll be trading, go back on that bad trade from last week. And that's going to be the video for today in Puerto Vallarta. Just to make this more comfortable, I decided to take another spot. I literally took the TV table to use as my laptop table and the camera. So I hope you guys don't mind. So we'll go in the chart. AOD is the first pair I'll look at this week. And we'll get to the trade later a little bit. So this pair was at the support area at 0.94 and looks like we're meeting the support now. We had a bullish week last week, which is perfect. Now if you look on the other time frame, you will see that we had no setup on this pair except one over here, but this was on September 12th, quite a while back. Now we can look for more trades set up, especially kind of pullback type of trades. Price will move up a little bit, pull back on the lower time frame, and that's where you can look for trade setup. But so far I don't think we had anything on this pair. This is above the middle band, so no. And this also. Okay, so we didn't come back much to the lower band except for coming back here. That might be a good place to look for bullish setup on this pair. LDGPY is between two level but kind of messy a little bit. See how we expected this area here at 82 to be a support level. Now it's not really because it's breaking below, coming back, and not doing much. So I will avoid trading this pair right now. It's not the ideal case. And we'll move on to Etienne Crete. Etienne Crete is coming back to a support area at 1.086. Okay, it's kind of better this way. You could say 1.082, 1.09, it's pretty much the same. But the pair is at a cool level here. And we have no trades up on this so far. It just pulled back. So we'll have to watch this pair more closely. AUD is in the middle of two zones, so not interesting to trade at all. There's not much to do here. Without price to make kind of a retracement all the way to 175. Looks like that's what's gonna happen now. So price might go back up and fall back down after. That's a good place to look for bearish setup. But of course you have to wait for the retracement and then look for, pretty much what I would do is look for the setup with the Mojo band. You can use whatever setup you want, but wait for the retracement and wait till it's finished. Otherwise there's no point of trading here. CAD CHF is at a support area. Pretty good looking, although this is an intermediate one, so not the main one, but something in between two big zones. This one is 0.74. You look for bullish setup on this in my opinion, and we had nothing so far. Euro AUD is at the top of a resistance area. See, this was something I was expecting to short, sell these past weeks, but now price was broke above, so that means that we are no longer looking to sell, right? It's outside the zone. So what do you do when this happens? What do you do when you break the zone? You look for the next one. I'll zoom out, I'll go this on a bigger scale. And what we can see is that the next zone I see is kind of here, an intermediate one, so between two levels. and I'll put a line. I think it's gonna be around here. We'll adjust this a little bit, so 1.65. That's gonna be good, and we'll wait for price to reach this area. Okay, not that high, it's not that far, but we'll wait for this to be reached. And that's it for our next zone on this pair. Okay, now price could also pull back to 1.65, I believe, or 1.60. Okay, that's the zone right there. So price could pull back there, and then you look for bullish setup. That could be an option, but I would prefer for myself to trade at the upper zone, which is 1.65. EuroCAD is coming back in a misty way to 1.50, the support area. It bounced a few weeks back. Now it kind of lost momentum and came back down. So you can look for bullish setup at this zone, or you wait for price to hit a more solid resistance area, so like this one at 1.55. That's a 500 pip of difference, pretty good. On the lower time frame, we had no setup, but we'll wait to see what happens. Euro GBP is between two zones a little bit, although it seems to be coming back to 0.91, a resistance area. We've bounced in the past few times through here and back here. So we can look for bearish setup there, although price went down a little bit first, now it's coming back. So looks like it might break it, we'll see. That's my opinion, but we'll wait to see as I wait what price does. Euro USD is still in the support zone at 1.14 all the way to 1.17, and it looks like it went up. I don't think we had any trade setup on this the past week. Let me see. No, this is not a good setup. This is kind of a good setup, but would have been stepped out. So in short, we can wait to see what price will do. It could go back up pretty fast or go there slowly, pull back along the way, and that's how we'll decide to trade or not. But for now, it's going to be a waiting game a little bit in this pair. GBP CAD is between two zones. We're not going to touch that. GBP CHF is between two zones also. GBP GPY, this is really interesting. So here's a trade that would have been really good, except I didn't take it. That was way too early in the morning at like 4 AM here. In Canada, I would have taken that trade probably if I were back in Montreal. Montreal will be like 5. So we are at a resistance area here, 1.48, where we went down from. We retraced to and then did this nice setup over here. So that's a quick look. Now on this 4-hour chart, look how price moved quickly above. We had a lot of bullish momentum, and then we get this bearish engulfing candle breaking outside the Bollinger Band. So two candles here breaking outside. That's the setup I look for. I'll put another video and more about that below if you guys want to watch and learn. So engulfing candle, you will enter below the low, stop loss above the high, and what you risk of 3 to 1, which is like here. And I take partial profit at 1 to 1. Okay, somewhere here. Now what you would do with this, keep in mind, like this is a trade at 4 AM. So let's say 5 AM in Canada. What do you do with this? Well, it's pretty simple. So what I would do is, like, when I get late to a trade, let's say I wake up and I see a trade set up on my phone with the trading assistant. You see here, it's right there, all the parameters there. This is a notification service I've developed with a team for getting the alert of your strategy on your phone. Get this through Telegram, and all the details are there to place your trades. My team can customize this for you, or you can do this by yourself if you want. Or you can get the trade alert I get and just use them however you want. This will be linked below. But basically you get the alert, and I saw this at like, when I woke up here, it was too late. But let's say I saw this at like 30 minutes too late. And I'll get in the chart, I'll see, well, where's price now? Is it like here at the entry? Is it below? Or is it above? And here's my thought process. If price is above, I'll of course wait for it to break below, because I want to have price breaking beyond the candlestick. Now if it broke below this candlestick over here and pull back up, I'll enter the trade. That's a really good thing, because I have a smaller stop loss and more profit potential. Now if it's below here, I won't enter here because all my trade is fucked up now. I'll have a bigger stop loss and less reward, because I don't want to have that. So if, let's say, price was here, I will place an entry over here at the original point, and I would expect price to retrace. Okay, very often that's what it's going to do. Not always, but often. So if it's going to retrace there, you enter your trades, and then you would be kind of lucky, right? Because you have the same stop loss as usual. Now if price is here, I would enter, of course, before. And here's the important part. If price is over here, let's say, and I want to enter at the original entry, and then price comes down here and hit the first take profit, then I would scrap the trade. I would not take any order on this, because we already went to the first take profit, which means that if I enter the trade, then my risk is like double, because I would not be able to reach the first take profit. It's already reached, so that's going to be a mess. I would cancel the order and not take the trade. Okay, does that make sense? You guys let me know down below in the comment if that makes sense. and we'll move on with JP and ZD. I'll show you guys what happened here with that pair. So I believe last Sunday I get the alert on my phone saying that there was a bear sit up. Now keep in mind here the pair was at the resistance area, but we can clearly see that the past week, like this week here, which is a week before, it broke above what we had before as a resistance area. Guess it's kind of, in my opinion now, not too valid. Now because I didn't record the video, because I didn't memorize this, I forgot that part. I thought this was at the resistance area, because the past week before that was the case. But no longer, and that's different. So I get the alert on my phone, I go see what's happening on the chart, and I think that was on the 1 hour chart. So here at 8 p.m. New York time, so 7 p.m. here, and we had this engulfing candle. So break outside of Bollinger Bands, strong engulfing candle, perfect bearish setup. You want to of course build the low, stop loss above the high, and we want to risk of 3 to 1. And this is given the fact that we are potentially at a resistance area. That's what I thought. But turns out price like just went above, hit the stop loss, nothing much happened, because of the fact that this was not a reliable trade. Okay, we're not at resistance area anymore. We're beyond the high. And there's a bigger tendency for bulls to be in control in this currency pair. So if you're going to keep trading and shorting and shorting and shorting, it's going to be bad. The result will be pretty ugly. And here's what we see here. So of course now like price went down after, but this is not very reliable. We cannot predict that. That's something that happened after. And we could not really trade on that. Had I known the levels on the pairs, I would have been much better. And it would have been much easier to say, well, this is not the trade I'll take. But I didn't do this. And that was the same day of my review. So imagine like 2 days after, it would have been like crazy. Better to do these videos, and that's worth more money. GBP USD, we'll zoom out on a bigger time frame, is at it seems like this is a resistance area. So price went below here, broke below, came back up to retest this 1.31 before potential support, now turned into a resistance area. So we can look for bearish setup there. And we have nothing so far. Okay, price just went down pretty fast. Although this looks like a setup. Yeah, this would have been a good setup. That was, interestingly, at 9 a.m. This would have been a good setup here. I didn't take that one. But you can look for more opportunities, of course. It just went down a little bit, but there's going to be more to come. NZD CAD is below its support. See how this is a good support area. And now it's below, so not too interesting to trade. I'll pass on this one unless we have a retracement and then a bearish signal on this pair. USD CAD looks like it's coming back to the support area we talked about for a long time at 1.29, 1.30 if you want. So we can look for bullish setup, I believe, on this pair. And now he had nothing so far. Price just went down straight. See how we bounced many times here. Over here in the past, this is back in June of 2016, and now back here. And also here in the past, okay? So pretty good zone to look at. I'll keep this one flag, of course. And finally, USD SJD is between two zones, not interesting to trade at all. We'll wait and see what price does on this pair. So guys, hope that makes sense. This is really long. I see like on the video this is like 21 minutes. Of course, we chopped out cut. But let me know your thought down below. If this was useful, comment below. Let me know your thought. Let me know how I can make this better. If you have any ideas on how to make this more interactive or better or whatever, comment below and I'll do my best to help. And with that being said, guys, I'm leaving tomorrow Puerto Vallarta. I'll catch you here tomorrow. Ciao.